Good evening.
How's training camp going for you so far?
It's going pretty good. It's training camp, hot, long days. It's going pretty good.
The secondary making it too hard on this offense? Demoralizing?
I don't think so. For us, it's all about getting our work in, executing, the calls, and obviously learning each other. Learning to trust each other. Obviously we got a lot of experience playing together. A large majority of us together was together last year, so we got some new faces. But other than that, it's just all about us executing and learning to trust each other.
What does K1 Williams bring to your group, that secondary? What's K1?
K1 is a huge part of this defense. To me, he's one of the guys that deserve a lot more recognition than he gets. He does a lot for us, whether it's covering, whether it's showing up, tackling. He's a big part of this defense, and obviously, in my opinion, if we didn't have him, I don't think we were as good as we were last year. So he's a huge part of it, and I definitely enjoyed playing with him. His knowledge of the game, his experience that he brings to the table, just everything.
What steps have you seen Damarri Mathis take in the second?
He's taking some big strides. Still early on in camp, and obviously it's just his second year. He's still learning, but he's doing a lot of good things. I think his technique's a lot better, this time around. Learning to trust himself and trust what he sees, learning to diagnose, routes and different stems and things like that. So he's definitely making some big strides.
What are your thoughts on the loss of Jim Patrick, especially the leadership you provides also?
Man, losing Tim is a huge loss for us. It's unfortunate that it's the second year in a row. What he brings to our offense and to our team, I don't think can be replaced. He's one of those guys that does it all. He does the dirty work. He gets open. It'll be hard to replace a guy like Tim on and off the field with his experience and his leadership. He'll definitely be missed this year. But for us as a team, I think it's important for us to rally around him. For it to be his second season-ending injury, back-to-back years, I know that'll be tough for him and in his mental space. So for us, I think it's huge for us as a team to rally around him and to pick him up, however we can.
What receivers sticking out to you right now? Right.
Obviously Jerry and Cortland, those guys that definitely show up to work every day. They definitely make it hard for us as a defense. Had a couple of tight ends that are flashing. Just the overall group. I think they're doing some great things. From the first guy to to the last guy. For us, I think it's huge. Every group that we have, to have multiple guys that can step in and play. You never know what's going to happen. Like yesterday, us losing Tim, my opportunity has presented itself, in an unfortunate way, but, guys have to answer the bell.
Kareem, they're obviously bringing along Caden Sterns, kind of pushing it a little more. How are you going about that mentally? Are you biding your time, being patient, saying, we'll see?
I mean, I'm always one of those guys that, let my play do the talking for it. Unfortunately, in this league, you get put in situations that you can't control or you can't handle, regardless of your play. For some reason, it's seen when you get a certain age, they always think the cliff is coming, that you can't play. So it's my job to come out and prove them wrong. At the end of the day, whether it's people in this building that think that or guys on the outside, I'm always a guy that's going to come out and let my play do the talking. So, I love Caden to death. He's a huge part of this team as well, going into his third year. I'm sure they're expecting big things from him, as am I. But at the end of the day, for me, it's all about coming out and, still showing I can play this game at a high level. I believe in myself and my ability, and if I couldn't play at a high level, I wouldn't be out here. It's my 14th training camp. I'm not out here because of the payday. I'm out here because I love the game. So for me, it's all about coming out and putting my best foot forward, each and every day, and still proving I can play this game to each and every person that's doubting it.
Does that still,
Two more questions.
does it factor in though? Because you have 14 years of not only training camp but game tape and 20 here. Are you not worried about training camp snaps, especially this early?
I mean, when you're in a different situation, I mean, obviously training camp has to matter. I come in and I go about my work the same way. I get my work done. I execute whatever calls I'm in. And at the end of the day, I can't control the situation or the position that I'm in. I can only control what I do about it, and that's come in and be the same guy. At the end of the day, as long as I'm coming in and doing what I'm supposed to do, I just have to let the chips fall where they may.
Last question, Eric.
You mentioned caring for Caden. How do you separate those two things of helping Caden and not kind of viewing him versus the situation?
Honestly, I just go about it the same way. I mean, Caden's still my teammate. I still love Caden. I mean, obviously, competition is competition, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to turn my back on Caden. I'm going to still help Caden, every way I can, whether it's on the field or off the field. At the end of the day, I feel like it's my responsibility to give whatever knowledge I have to the guys in that room, and Caden's included in that, regardless of the situation that we're in. I mean, it's not his fault. Like I said, it's unfortunate that this league put guys in certain situations that may not should be in. But at the end of the day, you got to accept it, and you just got to go to work.